retired from the United States Navy. I spent 21 years there. I was a command master chief when I retired. I left high school early, went to parochial school for 10 years, public for 1. Joined the Navy when I was 17, spent 21 years there. Went from E1, which is an enlisted pay grade, to E9. That's the highest you can go. In that time, I did submarine, surface, and air warfare programs and finished my high school diploma and my bachelor's degree in science through George Washington University. When I retired from the Navy, I went into police work. I was a reserve for a year or two in the city of Snohomish here, and then went full-time in the city of Snohomish, made sergeant in 2 years, and then came over to the county. And in the county, I've worked a plethora of different jobs. Currently, I'm a detective sergeant at the South Precinct. I work on property crimes. And who am I? I'm a patriot. I'm a husband. I've been married for 34 years. I have 2 daughters, and I have 2 granddaughters. I'm a car guy. I like to build cars. I like to fix things. I'm a troubleshooter, and I'm a fixer. I'm a starter and a finisher. I teach martial arts. I do Aikido Jiu-Jitsu. Done that for the last 18 years, 3rd degree black belt. So what does all that mean? I start, I work, I find out what the problems are, I fix them, and I finish them. What are my 3 main points? Leadership, accountability, and fiscal responsibility. Leadership and accountability, if there's a true leader, they are hand in hand. Leadership, one has to have a plan and a direction and the wherewithal to direct those to go. Accountability, accountable to the people that elect them to do their job and to hold their people accountable to them to do their job. Fiscal responsibility. I'm sure everybody reads the paper and realizes that the county is kind of in a financial hole, and a good part of that is because of the jail. We've had 9 deaths. Those lawsuits that come from there will be anywhere from, I would guess, nuisance lawsuits from $100,000 up into the millions, depending on the situation of that. The accountability aspect and the leadership aspect for me would be the day I am sheriff. There will be a nationwide search for somebody that knows what they're doing over there in the jail. And when they don't, they're held accountable for it. So this is basically where I am and where I'm heading. There's a lot of different things, the nuances within that. One of the other reasons that I'm running is, to be quite frank, I'm pissed off. I see these cases on a regular basis. I hear this, it's a property crime and it doesn't matter. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not just a property crimes guy, but I'm a family guy. I have my great-grandfather's shotguns. I have, family heirlooms that are worth more to me than any amount of money that some cheap tax or, insurance agency is going to give me. And so when someone breaks into my house and violates my constitutional right of being free and safe in my home, and then on top of that, they take my things that are, that mean so much to me that I want to be able to give to my daughters, and the jewelry from great-grandma and things like that. And then to be told by the people that are supporting us that it doesn't matter because it's a property crime. And the same thing from the courts. I'll be honest, it kind of pisses me off. And so I think we can make a change in this direction. I think that we can, I know we can, and this is where I'm going, is to make a change. We, at the Sheriff's Office, can do better for you, the citizens.
Okay, questions for Jim? Oh. Go for it, Mike.
Yeah. Mike's always got a question.
Right?
I do. I'm holding my tongue. As far as the jail goes, everybody talks about the budget and the lawsuits and stuff like that. It seemed like I think there was one of the victims that died at the jail, and she was cremated without her family knowing about it, and it was said that she was county property. And I mean, that was kind of a response.
I haven't heard that, but
That's,
there's no evidence.
that's what I read.
Proved it.
No, but I mean, you know,
Not bridges.
how are you going to take care of the mentality of and I'm not saying all the people at the jail are, you know, just bullies, but obviously when you hear things like that, there's a mentality that those prisoners are being treated like property, as opposed to, you know, they're in the custody of the county, but they're not property of the county. What are you going to do as sheriff to straighten that out?
I don't know the specifics of that case or where they're going, but I mean,
Throw it out there.
you own a business, right?
Kind of used to, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have people that have worked for you.
What's that?
You have people that have worked for you.
Yep.
And so you set the standard, you set the directions you're going to go, and you kind of significantly impact their attitudes. Okay? And if they don't want to play ball the way that you do that, then obviously they don't stick around long. In county, it's a little tougher to do that. That being said, the CEO or the person that's running the show basically sets the standards and holds people accountable for those standards. As a sheriff, my greatest assets are our people. And it's the same thing in the county. Snohomish County's greatest assets are standing right here in front of me. It's the people that make this county the county, or the county sheriff's office, the county sheriff's office, or this country, this country. And that's why we work for you guys. But what we need to do is get them into the right mindset of this is the direction that we're heading, and this is what these are, and we're responsible for them. They're not here as our indentured servants. We are here to make sure that because they've had an issue with society, that they're getting a little timeout time. And my feeling is that with timeout, when I got timeouts, there were chores involved, yard work, other things. I don't see any reason why when you go to jail, you shouldn't be locked in a little corner. Now, if you're somebody that's a bad person that's not safe to be out with people, then you could be locked in a little corner until you get yourself taken care of, and then you're going to get on your way to prison. But for those other folks, they need some time out in the sunshine. They need some working time. They need to, exactly, they can come out there. We have trails that need to be fixed. We have work that needs to be done. And I think that our people should be there. And I think that those individuals would appreciate that more than sitting there watching TV all day long. So I think that's one of the ways that I think we'll take care of that.
What do you think of Joe?
I think he's got some really good ideas, and then, you know, on the other hand is sometimes I think he steps a little bit off the reservation. And what I mean by that is it can't always be, you know, hit. I think that he's got some really great ideas, and I'm with him. I've got no problem with putting somebody in pig jammies with fraudster on their thing, or thief, or, you know, whatever, and then making them work the highway and having people drive by them, you know, way around. But no, I think he's got some good ideas. Yes, ma'am.
Not knowing exactly how your position is currently, and we all want you to win, but if you were to lose, does that affect your current job now?
It currently is affecting my current job.
From your current position.
Yes.
It's part of counting the cost of when you run.
You know, that's part of it, is, you know, our forefathers didn't sit back and think, you know, if I were to just stay on my plantation here, everything would be good. But, you know, I'm thinking, you know, you got to raise a little hell to, you know, move forward with a plan. And they weren't going to sit still. You know, we all hang together, or we'll hang separately. And my feeling is that it's broken, it's wrong, we can do better. And if I wanted to do something about it, then step up and do it. Like everybody else up here, we have a strong enough desire to make it right or to fix it that we'll take those chances. So I can do another 10 years standing on my head in my office down there because I'm not going to get promoted and I'm not going to get more good deals. My Navy retirement, what I'm doing now is you know, I truly do get to help out a lot of people. And worst case scenario, if this doesn't come to fruition for me, I'm okay with that. I know I can look myself in the mirror and say, at least, you know, I did everything I could to make a difference and change.
Okay, last two, and then we're gonna go.
Okay, this would equally apply to the county executive as it would to Jim as the sheriff. You guys become a great team. Privatization of prisons and jails is a big topic these days. What do you think of taking the money, in other words, instead of putting our money towards the jail itself, that a third party handle it?
Outsourcing?
Yeah,
Privatization of the jailing. You know, I think it'd be a good idea. I don't know what the cost ratio is or the benefit to that. And then, of course, the other thing is, for me, I truly do believe that the people that are in there, they're not just doing time, but they've done damage to other people that they're never, you know, we kept the guy that stole her stuff and sold it. She'll never recover those heirlooms from her family because they've been sold and melted down or leave the state. And so that being said, you know, what is the monetary, he does some time. I think that there needs to be a little bit more of an educational aspect of that. I think that they not only owe time, but that time that they serve should be time that benefits this county in some means. So I would imagine a civilian sector run organization would be able to